And there we go. Okay, everything is up and running, nothing exploded. Okay, so where we left off last session, the party had done a bunch of training together, bunch of characters had some time to interact, and the party were trying to figure out a plan as to what to do about the abomination. And if I am correct, the party were planning on departing to basically get there and start fighting this thing. So that was... Oh god, I'm trying to look at my notes and recall. Okay, so...
Just fuck it up the bum.
Hello.
Oh boy, hello.
Oh,
What was the need for that?
That wasn't, but it was amazing.
well, he said figure out how to deal with the menace. I said just fuck it up the bum.
I mean, that works. Okay, so... Because I can't remember where, timing-wise, where we left off, I'm just gonna do what every DM does and just slide along to the next day. So it's the 25th of August, 56 AR. Because...
Yeah, that sounds good.
Not calling out myself and probably several other DMs who do dates but forget them. During the previous day, the party had been gathered together trying to figure out what the hell to do as to this abomination that was, if memory serves correctly, as if Zippy had let the group... Is either Lupus let the group know via Zippy or something like that it has been left and is sitting around in a particular location. Does not seem to be moving from there. So the party's got some time to... So, usual morning routines happen. Go figure.
Hash browns.
Yeah. So, the party end up, after doing that, back in the room. What would you like to do? Also, ignore my chair having a squeak.
Keep my hash browns well away from Mira.
So true.
Sorry, I'm just gonna click off my shoulder. Come on out.
That was shoulder levels.
No, that was all. That was your hands.
Oh, I want to go shopping off screen.
Valid.
On screen. I want to go shopping on screen. I have something to.
Okay.
I have magic gear to remake.
Okay, so are you doing... Penton, you're going off to, I'm guessing, the Forge?
Yeah.
Okay. Mira's player's not here today, so she's just gonna wander off somewhere. I can't be bothered to think of something interesting. Alice, Milo. Milo, I'm guessing you're heading off to do your off-screen shopping now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've gone off...
It's just general supplies like the curtains and shit that I've got to actually look through the massive fucking document for.
Understandable.
I am calling you out for that, by the way.
Oh yeah, perfectly understandable. I can't work out a way to make the filters function without giving the chance of it being edited.
It's not that.
Give us admin access for.
No.
Then it will be covered in V's.
That's what I was thinking.
What?
Everywhere.
I will
make
do nothing
everything-
of the sort.
I make everything 10% cheaper every day until it's like 0.
My point made.
Yes,
do
make it
nothing.
cheap.
I just fucking filter it and then just forget to
Fucking
unfilter it.
destroy the economy.
It's the price until they're giving you money.
Mhm.
the price of going, Lupus, can you fucking filter it so that I can fucking see the shit that I want and not fucking the shit I don't need?
I mean,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, because only me and have
Yeah.
access. So
And
when
you-
I do set the filters and forget to unset them,
Yeah.
nobody else can reset them.
Yeah, it's almost like that's happened multiple times already. Lupus, why
What?
is this filtered wrong? What do you mean? Goes to check. Penton, who's left the Black Mage and Geomancer spell lists edited so he can see what's, usable by Shadow Elemental, and then forgets to unfilter it. Anyway.
Well, then we found the problem.
Oh, I know what the problem is.
Problem is
Oh,
Penton.
I've made my own
The
duplicate
problem
of the
is
sheets
Penton,
now,
not
so-
us.
Yeah.
We would never do anything wrong, smiley face.
Yes, because you don't have the opportunity to.
Alec is literally an angel.
Anyway,
Mhm.
moving swiftly onwards from this Penton Roast Fest,
I thought it was zippy.
I will find you and end you, by which I mean I will
right ahead.
move about 2 inches closer to you and back to you with a mic. Anyway, platonic threats aside, Alec and Alice, is there anything in particular you would like to do?
I am going to talk to Kay after breakfast.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna vibe. Maybe practice. Oh, actually, I know what I'm gonna do. Can I go off and find, knock on the door of, I've forgotten her name. What's her name?
are you thinking of Bill Swerve?
Someone help me. Yeah, the other, Shada Kai elf.
Yeah, sure thing. Okay, so.
Yes, to go do some sword training.
Okay. Okay, so. So you go about your regular breakfast duties, yada yada yada. And as you're filtering out of the dining area basically, Nolan, Yuzok, and Xanis end up heading back to the guild room. Penton ends up heading off to the forge. Milo heads out into the town of Lenfar to go and do some shopping. Alice, you end up heading into the town of Lenfar to go and basically knock on Bill Sway's door for some sword practice. Alec, you managed to catch Kay while she's on her way to one of the little quiet areas in the guild. Oh, hi Alec.
Oh, hi. How you doing?
I'm not too bad. I'm trying my best to figure out a plan of action when it comes to, the fight. I'm not coming up with much.
I think we kind of just have to do what we usually do, like buff the shit out of each other, struggle, and then hopefully win.
She frowns slightly. Well, I mean, this is someone who's, was part of the Crystal Heroes, so I don't know if it's going to be that easy. I mean, we can certainly try and wing it, but I don't know if that's something that's going to work very well. Anyway, how are you and Aurolus getting on?
Very well. He's great. I love him. He's amazing. Yeah. He's very sweet. It's great.
She contemplates and kind of just listens to what you're saying. Well, I'm glad that you two are getting along well. It's nice to see you in much higher spirits than, a month or so ago when you didn't exactly seem quite like yourself.
Yeah, I guess. When was that? I feel like so much shit has happened recently. I don't even know what a month ago was.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's happened in a small space of time, but I mean, we're holding in there quite well. Well, debatable, but we're
We're
getting
alive.
somewhere with it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, we didn't fuck up the last thing majorly.
She takes a moment to think, basically. Well, I mean, I don't know if we've been perfect, but I mean, we've got a chance to prove that we're gonna be able to look after ourselves when it comes to dealing with the abomination. I know the guild master and the two people he's asked to come with, Sarak and Arolas. I know he's asked those two to come with us. They're gonna be basically waiting to jump in, but if we can try and take him down before they have to get involved, I mean, it'd make a pretty good impression.
It would, if that's possible. Have you come up with any ideas? Because I can't really think of anything.
She has a little bit of a sly smile on her face. Well, I did come up with a couple of ideas, but they're risky.
Cool, go on.
So, whenever, like, I asked my dad Lilac for some of like the anatomy notes that they had on the last abomination that attacked the guild. Well, Name's abomination, and it seems like they have a habit of rushing these things, so they're very unstable. So she puts, kind of crouches down. She's got like a little backpack on. She takes a book out of the backpack and flicks through the pages. I mean, one of the things that I noticed was that whenever they're using undead monsters, or they've encountered abominations that rely on negative energy, they're always unstable when you start, adding positive energy or, holy energy into it. So we could try and destabilize it a little bit. Might give us an easier time.
Interesting.
And, well, there is one other thing, but I don't know if you're gonna be happy with the idea of it.
You're not going to use me as bait, are you?
No, more the other way
Thank
around.
fuck.
See, one of the spells I picked up recently, it's kind of like what Nolan was using on me. So I can take some of the injuries that you sustain and I guess share that pain a little bit, so it doesn't harm you as badly.
I mean, maybe, but what I'm worried is that we'd both die. Which would be significantly worse than me going down.
Kay contemplates for a moment. Well, as awful as it sounds, in the grand scheme of what's happening here, you can't, we can't exactly bring you back reliably. Whereas, if I die because of my family's abilities, we'll call it that, I should have a much longer period of time where I can be brought back. So, less chance of you perishing? I mean, it'll hurt like
I like
hell.
the sound of that. I like the sound of not perishing.
She smiles. I mean, it'll probably hurt like hell, I'm not gonna lie, but it's the least I can do considering, the sheer sheer capacity of things going to crap.
Sounds good.
She takes a moment and starts flicking back through her book. Oh, I remember you saying about I remember you saying at the at that meeting to the guildmaster about one of those runes. I've been looking a little bit into it, and it does. Kay has to take a moment to think about how she's gonna word what she's gonna say, and then it clicks. Well, it can only prevent one powerful strike. So, if we were to try and finish Mace off with a spell that hits him more than once, that could be, I guess, our ticket, like your comet spell. Could use that to hit him several times, and he can block one hit, but he can't block the other 2 or 3. And she has a little bit
Or 6. Sounds good.
She has a bit of a sly smile on her face for that one. Never underestimate the power of a researcher, or a person that's a bookworm that has far too much time on their hands. And
Thanks, that's probably really useful.
She seems very proud of herself. As she ruffles around in her backpack and pulls out this little bow, as in like a ribbon. I also started picking out some different types of ribbons and fabric for my new outfit that I was looking at, and I've said to Penton that he's gonna have to be the one that's the final judge, because, well, he's not exactly... She takes a moment to contemplate the next word that's gonna come out of her mouth. He's not exactly hard to read. He can try, but I'll probably see right through him. So it's the best way to get a genuine response of whether it looks bad or not. Maybe you can come with me into the town later to pick out some ribbons.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yes. So Kay takes a moment. Say, are you gonna be busy later? I might have something I can try and teach you.
Ooh. I don't know, maybe? Probably not. Yeah, sure.
Alright, well, it'll probably have to be quite late this evening, because, with all the things that are happening, it's a little bit of a rush.
Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Alright, talk to you later. And Kay ends up heading back off towards the guild room. Meanwhile, in the town, Penton, you've gone into... Not in the town, sorry, in the blacksmith. You've gone to the... Sorry, my brain cells are depleted. You've gone into the blacksmith, where Atlas is doing what Atlas does. He's currently top half uncovered, slamming away at a bright red piece of metal that's literally kicking off sparks.
Hello there. Atlas, wasn't it? It was, yeah.
Yeah, what do you want?
I recently acquired a bit of magical armor that I'd like to work with, basically. It's a bracer. It's called a long weave bracer, but I currently have several things fused together, and one of them is a platinum bangle, and I want to remove that and put the long weave bracer in if I can. Would that be something you can do? I imagine it would be, down to your abilities.
Well, yeah, it's not exactly rocket science, but as is the case with a lot of customizations and whatever, it's going to cost you quite a bit.
How much is quite a bit?
Well, let's have a look at what else you got there, and he puts his hand out.
And it removes the platinum bracer. Right angle. Out of the turn.
Atlas takes a little look at it, inspects it. Well, it's quite a stacked up bit of gear there. I reckon I can take out the platinum part of it and affix everything else that's attached to this thing to your new bracer. But it's gonna cost you about 60,000 gil to do.
Ooh, okay. A little bit of a hole in the pocket, but not one I can afford.
Well, as far as I'm aware, you're the reason why the guild's managed to gather an extra 40 billion gil in terms of war funds before we even started.
Yeah, you're right. That was me. I'm pretty proud of that, to be honest. But I didn't get to see a whole lot of that yet. I know it's for a good cause, but still a little salty. I got 50 million, but I actually earned 40 billion.
Atlas chuckles
Quite
at
a
you.
discrepancy there.
Well, that certainly seems like quite the generous offer from the guildmaster. Not often you see him hand over that much during a war supply. I mean, what the last time that this shit happened, I think most of the groups ended up getting maybe like 2% of the gil they earned from their missions, and that's just purely because we needed every single gil piece. So wouldn't exactly call it an unfair amount. Put it that way.
No, it's not unfair. It still stings.
If I could be so bold. And he starts kind of picking apart your basically picking apart your bangle as he's talking to you.
What's doing? Out of curiosity.
I'd say it's quite a big deal, because how do I describe it to you? Last time we went up to Honeymill, we had a little bit of a peruse around there, just to make sure there weren't any problems with the local wildlife, and then ended up getting called off immediately to Aquarian. Because wouldn't you know it, this big old fucking war weapon had come out the ocean and was attacking the place.
War weapon? What are you on about?
Wow.
Be a being or something.
Well, basically one of the big problems with, how do I describe it? One of the big issues with that whole situation was that you had me and a couple. Oh, how do I describe it to you? We had a couple of groups, Group B and Group C, or the elites as we used to be called before the guild was actually set up, and it was us and the guild masters trying to basically hit this thing back before it started dropping literal nuclear missiles on the place. You'd be surprised how fucking big the bullet rounds are that come out of that thing.
Wait, but why was it there in the first place? Somebody built it? Is this another cult thing?
Well, if you want a bit of an history lesson, I'd be happy to explain it to you if you want, but it'll be quite short, quite summarized.
Yeah, go ahead.
So as he's now slamming away,
Just like trying to like crane his neck so he can actually hear over the constant bang, bang, bang,
so
hearing every fifth word.
I'll explain it nice and short, and then slams the hammer down. It's like every few words or so, whilst still piping hot, we'll describe it. So pretty simple fixture is that a while ago we got called out there, and it's essentially the material plane's self-defense mechanism.
What?
The Earth that you currently walk on is the physical body of the god Lunarius, i.e. one of the two creation gods that literally made the planet.
Oh, stay. And then just a nod to carry on, because too many questions to ask. Carry on.
It's a lot to explain, but... And Atlas has now changed from using like a bigger hammer to like a smaller one, and is making more precise strikes on the metal. So I don't have the time to summarize it to you in full, but basically this whole situation with the Lilian Beast set the planet into a state where it needed to defend itself. And that's where Diamond Weapon came from, and the other world weapons. Pretty simple, really. Think of it like when your body fights off a disease.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they don't always get it right. So, because the Lilian Beast herself is that disease, that virus, that...
So it just knows there's a threat. It doesn't know where or what the threat is. So it just assumes everything's a threat and just attacks everything, I'm assuming.
No, more of the Lilian Beast herself is an anomaly. She shouldn't be capable of existing because of what she's made from. She's an undead that's not dead. She's a Seath that's not a Seath. She's a god, but technically not a god.
Not complicated at all then.
Well, it's quite simple if you look at it the right way. It's quite simple, but because it can't find where the thing that it's trying to take down is, and it's trying to deal with that, it just goes towards the nearest big source of power, which, considering diamond weapons come out the ocean near Aquarian, and Diana is a goddess herself, or the Raven Queen if you want to call her that, it went straight for the Aquarian. Quite simple, really.
Oh. Well, that's something to talk with Alice about, I guess. Has a giant monster ever come out of the water and tried to kill you?
Atlas looks mildly amused, takes the guild from Penton, and hands back the long weave bracer. Oh, try that on, see if it fits.
Oh, it fits perfectly. Oh my god. Craftsmanship's impeccable. Thank you very much.
And Atlas has a very chuffed smile on his face. Well, nothing exactly too difficult.
I can see why you're the go-to guy for this.
God, you should see the mess that was me trying to teach Lucas how to do this stuff. There was freaking hot metal everywhere.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that he made all of his weapons and armor himself.
Oh yeah, definitely made it all himself, but not before nearly destroying my workshop in the process.
Made it all on the 37th try. Anyway, I won't bother you any longer. Thank you very much, and have a good day. And we'll leave with his new apparel, I guess.
Yeah.
And staring at it and looking at his reflection in it.
There we go. So, I've also updated that on your sheet.
Sweet!
And on your Roll20 token. And I need to update on the buff and debuff tracker for you.
I
you.
wonder what all the typing was.
Yes, I apologize for that. Okay, so, where are you going after that, Fenton?
I don't know, I guess I'll go for a wander. See what I walk into.
Okay, so Fenton goes off wandering. Milo, I'm assuming you're probably done with your shopping at this point.
Yeah.
Are you making your way back to the guild, or
Yeah.
something?
I'm heading back to the guild specifically to go to the guild library.
What do you plan on doing in the guild library?
I'm gonna continue learning primordial.
Okie dokie. Do you wanna make a linguistics roll for me, and I'll
I can.
Is this not open? What's here? YouTube.
Thank you, roll 20 dice.
Okay, I will make a note of that and then update your progress.
And that was a 27 for those watching the stream. I don't know if it's
It's
yes,
It's not visible.
it was it's a 27 for you guys that's watching for the Milo's linguistics track to learn primordial.
Okay, so from there, Alice, you arrive at Bill Sway's house. And it's not a massive impressive place, but it's quite a nice little, like, I don't want to describe it like a cottage, but that's the closest thing I can think of. And there's a nice little outback area with a picket fence where you can see Bill Sway currently training with a practice dummy.
What, in the garden?
Mm-hmm. She has a very large
I'm
garden in her
gonna
house.
politely walk up to the fence and wave at Bill Sway to catch her attention.
It takes a second for her to recognize that somebody's waving at her, but once she spots you, she waves back. Ah, Alice, a pleasure to see you.
And a pleasure to see you too. I see you are up early training, as I would expect from a great swordswoman.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call myself great, but I certainly get the job done.
I would consider you great. Would you mind if I come in and practice with you?
Of course. I don't see any reason why not. Just, pop there. Well, I don't think you want to hop over the fence, but, there's a gate.
Oh, it's fine, I'll just jump it. And she, just hops over it.
Roll an acrobatics check, please.
Okay, I'm rolling them. Please pray that I'm good at acrobatics. Oh, fuck, I'm not.
It's that, or you can do athletics. Because, wait.
Oh my lord,
Oh,
the
that's
Lord has blessed me.
Uh-oh.
I rolled a nat 20 for jumping over that damn fence.
Okay, yep, so you
So 28 in total.
So you manage to get a good run up. You jump over the fence and land on your feet in a row.
And it's super smooth, really sexy.
Yeah, it's like It's like we're talking like action film slow-mo sequence where they just zoom in, focus on that one epic
Yeah, I look
moment.
like Tom Cruise.
Alice dressed as Tom Cruise. That's gonna be my new mental image for the day. So you manage to hop over the fence, and Billsway hands you a wooden training sword. I hope that this won't be too much of an investment for you.
No, not an adjustment at all. This is what I use on the dummies back in the guild.
Oh, you're a member of the Sleeping Wolves, are you?
I am actually. Yeah. Are you also?
Well, no, not as such. I've worked with them before, but I'm actually training to well, how would one put it? I'm training to apply as one of the guards women at the Aquarian Manor. May as well how would one describe it? Having been given the blessing of the Raven Queen, I feel like it's part of my duty to protect her as well.
Yeah. You should. I mean, that would make us very close together. Very close.
Hope that's not a problem at all.
No, not at all. Oh my goodness, I would want nothing more. I mean, if anything, maybe one day. I mean, it's. Sorry, I just had to tell my mum to be quiet.
Sorry.
So, it would not be a problem at all. I mean, I'd love to. Do you know who I am?
She looks at you with a smile on her face. I do believe I've introduced myself knowing who you are. But I am aware that you are the daughter of Diana Powers.
Oh, okay. So you do know who I am. Okay, great.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me. I'm really cool, right?
Well, I could answer that, but I feel like it's more amusing to let you figure out whether I think that or not.
Well, I was thick once, but now I'm really intelligent, so I don't know.
Billsway readies the wooden training sword in her hand. Intelligence may be useful to you, but it's not the only thing that will allow you to balance yourself during a battle. You must use both intellect and wisdom. You must be smart, but cunning, like a fox. But you must also remember the things that you have dealt with previously. You must be able to try and predict your opponent's footsteps. That's what my teacher used to tell me all the time, but I don't quite think he was quite of sound mind as at that point. Quite an old man.
Well, your teacher was very wise. And Alice gets up, readies herself with her sword as well. Now, let's see if I can truly predict your next move.
Billsway smiles. One thing before we do start, though. Did you know? Are you aware that your guild was recruiting? Because I had a few minutes before you'd come down. I had to point this rather lovely looking lady in the right direction. It was interesting. I didn't think that the Sleeping Wolves were recruiting.
We're recruiting. No, I didn't think so either. But what did she look like?
Well, trying not to pay attention to the screeching. 2 seconds. Well, if I were to describe her, she was about yay tall. She moves her hand up. She had two different coloured eyes. It was quite interesting. Wings, ginger hair. Quite a stunning beauty, but certainly had an air of elegance about her.
Yeah, no idea who that is. Probably some loser.
Well, say they managed to. If they were looking for where the guild was, and they were a recent applicant, they must be quite skilled.
Yeah, probably quite skilled, but you know, nothing compared to me.
Well, we'll see about that. Ready yourself? And I'd like you
I've been ready this whole time.
I'd like you to make me a perception check.
Okay. Ooh, I'm good at perception. Let me do maths. 34.
So you managed to spot the small pebble that flies past your shoulder as Billsway not charges, but she starts moving forward with a tactical degree of aggression, and as she goes for your left knee to strike. Can you roll me a d20, please?
Just a flat D20.
The flat d20.
7.
You manage to maneuver the wooden weapon into place to block the strike. However, you do notice that there is a significant difference between this one-handed weapon you are currently using versus the multiple foot solid adamantine. I'm trying to think of an exaggerative description for it, but the big ass fucking buster sword on your back is like almost the same size as you. It's definitely a bit of an adjustment.
I've still got it.
A lucky movement. And again, as Billsway ducks slightly to one side, turns, and aims for the inside of your right knee this time. Roll a d20.
Okay. Oh my god, it's a nat 1.
And you this slightly awkward movement of trying to maneuver this weapon from where it is to slightly further along. You just about missed the point where Billsway's striking, and the inside of your knee gets very lightly tapped, but it's enough to trigger off the reflex in your knee, and you end up buckling slightly to one side. And Billsway takes a step back. Well, certainly could use a little bit of improvement on your footwork, but not too bad.
Oh, you really got me there. Now can I try and go for her?
Yep. So,
Do you also just want me to roll D20 or?
I'll roll the d20. But where are you aiming roughly? Like, I'm imagining you're swinging. Where are you swinging at? Like knees,
I'm gonna swing to try and like disarm to try and disarm her.
Okay.
Like at her like hand/sword, you know, to like
Yeah.
loosen the grip.
roll. Okay, so as you go for her, for like imagining aiming for like her hand slash wrist to
Yeah.
knock the weapon from her hand, she manages to just about block the attack, but the strength difference between the two of you is quite noticeable, as you can see her arms actually buckling on impact as she's trying to basically parry your strength, which is significantly higher than hers. Well, quite the weight on that sword arm of yours. My goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really did not mean to hurt you like that. I was just practicing my swords. I'm used to a mannequin or, you know, a monster that I'm really actually trying to kill, rather than a beautiful woman that I'm truly not trying to injure at all.
She raises an eyebrow as you describe her as beautiful, but says nothing about it. Well, no, it's perfectly fine. It's more of a... how do I describe it? It seems like you're a lot more used to wielding heavier weapons now.
Yeah, and that too. That would also do it. Yeah. Do you want to try again?
I'm curious. Might I see the weapon that you've been fighting with? As she
Of course.
sheathes the wooden sword at her belt.
Yeah, Alice pulls out her big boy weapon.
So as you draw the adamantine bloodbuster from its sheath, Billsway takes a moment to inspect it and nods approvingly. Say, at any point did you plan on trying to vary up your arsenal, if you will?
Well, maybe, but you know, I'm still trying to get as good as I possibly can with this current weapon. I mean, look at it. Isn't it so sick?
Oh yes, I'm not saying it's a bad weapon by any means, but I imagine it's going to be quite clunky to make use of if you're having to deal with swifter targets like myself.
Yeah, I mean, most of the targets we're dealing with just, you know, big old blobs. I don't think there's a better way of describing them.
Billsway scratches her chin. I tell you what, give me a couple of days to figure out where I put it, and I'll hand you one of my old swords for you to start practicing with.
I'd really appreciate that. I think I could, you know, diversify a bit with my weapons.
And she nods for a little bit. Anyway, shall we get back to training?
Absolutely.
And so the two
And,
of you continue to practice.
yep.
As you are practicing together, Milo is in the library. Let's see.
Yes, I am in the library and I am learning.
Big read.
Penton, as you're making your way back in, you end up bumping into Alec.
Bumping into Alec.
Mm-hmm. The big, tall, purple man.
I remember the big, tall, purple man. Rings a bell.
No.
Hello, Alec.
Oh, hi.
How's it going? What you been up to?
Talking to Kay about strategy and things, and then just walking around.
Strategies for the upcoming fight, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Anything good? Anything at all?
Yeah.
Do you want to share?
Hmm. She's gonna shield other me, and then, I think holy spells, but I can't do any of those, so that's a her thing.
Wait, she's not known for her ability to take a lot of damage, though. Why is she shield othering people?
Well, I'm also not known for my ability to take damage,
That's
so...
not untrue. No offense.
I literally said it, so you can agree.
Anyway, it's been a while, and I saw you using your sleight of hand skills a lot during the old Warren of the Withered Blood.
Yeah, because you kept fucking making me.
You kept volunteering, actually.
No,
I was
no.
using
No.
negative reinforcement by questioning your abilities, so then, out of spite, you'll do it better. And it worked. Kinda. Anyway.
Except those times when it didn't.
You win
But I
some,
mean
you
that
lose
worked
some.
out because we got teleported closer to the end.
Yeah, let's
so,
just say we did that on purpose. That was the plan.
yeah,
Anyway,
totally.
sleight of hand. Show me how much better you've got at stealing things. Not from me. We'll try a few different people. Next person we see, I'll distract them, and you try and steal something.
Interesting. Okay. What do I get if I win?
The satisfaction of knowing that you succeeded. And a thumbs up from me. And maybe some good. I don't know, depending on how I'm feeling afterwards. I have a lot of gil. Although if you steal that, I will solipsism you.
If I steal that and you know.
Well, I will know if it suddenly goes missing. There's one person I've been teaching how to steal.
Good point.
Right then, let's take a walk.
Hey.
Okay, so as you're making your way, around the guild, you end up encountering Leon, who's having a conversation with Mado.
Oh, hello Leon. Fancy seeing you here.
Well, I didn't expect to run into you today, Phantom, but pleasant surprise.
Notice anything different?
Leon raises an eyebrow.
Something's changed. See if you can figure out what it is.
Okay, I'm rolling sleight of hand now.
Yeah, so improved theft has been added, but you also need to add that on top because you've got. Oh, how do I explain it? Summarize it. It's got a base bonus that it gives anyway, and that extra bonus when you're specifically stealing things.
So I add what's in the social, and then I add another 8.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
So, as Leon is rolling an insight check, rolling a.
What's rolling an insight check? I'm seeing if it...
Because you're trying to work out if something has or hasn't changed.
Okay.
Monsieur. Rolling a 33 on insight. So, he takes a moment. Well, yes, it definitely seems like something has changed, but what? Shit. It'd be nice if the dice actually stayed on the table. Ah! Rolling a frickin' numbers. 36 on investigation.
43.
43.
Oh, advantage. Wow. Let's see.
Because he's being distracted. So, Leon...
That's higher. 46.
46. Okay. You can steal any of the remaining alchemical items he has, or some gil, though there's not a massive amount there
Oh,
to
I can
take.
choose. Does he have any like?
Give me a
What do I
second.
have?
I will give you a
Penton's just sitting there thinking, I've never seen someone take so long to steal something.
It's not taking that long. Does he have any Mega Phoenix, Mega Elixir, Mega Potions?
I put
Or
a
turbo
list
reapers.
of. I put a
Heat.
basically put a little screenshot of what he's got into the chat for you. Oh yes, Anton, your wristband thing, your bangle has changed. Let me guess, you got an upgrade.
I did upgrade it, yes, that is very true. I got a long Gui bracer, of all things, so I'm feeling like I can take a lot more damage. Also, I've been teaching Alec here, who's behind you, how to steal something. How to steal stuff. And we may have just used you as a test subject, and I apologise for that. Alec, give it back what you stole.
Wait, I don't get to keep it?
Of course you fucking don't!
Oh man! Alright, have your Mega Elixir back.
Leon holds the Mega Elixir in his hand, looks at Penton, hands the Mega Elixir over to Alec. You know what? Yes! Take that, keep hold of it.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Uh, Penton, I'd like you to make a wisdom save, please.
Okay. I just realised I made a terrible mistake. It's much higher level than me now.
Leon's cursed you for being a spoil sport.
No, actually.
Well,
Yeah,
sport.
but because you could have at least let him get the item first before you sold him out. Anyway, what's your wisdom save, please?
I assumed that he'd gotten the item in the meantime.
I would imagine because he hadn't settled on what he was taking yet, because you were rushing him, Monsieur. Very good distraction. That Alec was literally midway through taking it, as you pointed out that he was taking it. So just kind of like deer in
Wait,
headlights.
so he sat there for my entire dialogue, just sort of
No, I
sitting there with his
didn't.
hand in his pocket, going, perusing the items.
No, because what is happening as the item's being taken, as a DM, I have to give time for the player to decide what they're taking. That is how thievery works.
Okay.
So in the time that
I
Alex
didn't like that
player,
played out in real time.
in the time that Alex player had to settle on what they were taking and finding out how much they could take, you needed to cover distraction.
Okay.
Because otherwise it's kind of unfair on the player when they've only just found out what's being taken and in what quantity. If that's clearer.
Right.
So he hasn't sat there with his hands in his pockets. It does take more than 6 seconds to take a thing out of the bag, especially if it's got straps on it. Anyway, what was your wisdom save, please?
I haven't rolled it yet.
Please roll it.
$68. Wait,
68.
That's not. What's it? Or is that was already there from? It's 34, so it would be 54.
54.
Yep.
You succeed. Just.
Yay! Whatever it
As
was.
Leon casted Unnatural Lust on you. With the other target being Shalna, who is in the main lobby. Know that I will do that again if you try and take my shit. At least without, making it clear in the first place that it was a test. Because it's not the best test of skill. Or at least, not ideal to help him adjust his technique. without having a reliable training dummy.
But surely it's the best test if you're going to steal something that the person doesn't know that it's happening.
Well, yes, but if you're trying to teach Alec how to do it better, you know, I could definitely feel my bag ruffling about a little bit. I'm not oblivious.
I was just seeing what you had.
Was there anything good in there? Though I don't think there's much left at the moment.
There was a mega elixir.
And Leon has an amused smile on his face. Well, at least there's something useful in there. Anyway, if you're looking for somebody else to try and pick the pocket of, without giving them the foresight, and Leon looks at Penton with a mildly judgmental expression on his face.
There's no harm, no foul.
Until that one person turns around and hits you in the face with the butt end of a weapon.
Yes, but they'd be a lot more angry if I didn't say anything and let Alec keep the thing, and then it came back to me later. Because then it genuinely is just theft.
Leon
What's wrong with a little theft?
looks at Penton and just shakes his head a little bit. Anyway, if you want some advice, if you want a good thievery test, why don't you try Asta? If you're so confident, Mr. Bunnyman.
Okay, but out of character.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go to the toilet, so move on to another scene, and we'll do that one later.
Okay.
This time.
Bu- 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 bu.
You have been bamboozled. Do-do-do-do-do.
Okay.
Autism blast.
Anyway, so as we'll jump back to we'll jump back to Alice whilst Penton and Alec try and find where Asta is in the guild. Alice, you've concluded your training after a little while, and you've been having a little lunch break, if you will. So there are lots of little sandwiches, lots of picnic food. She's got a little bench in her garden that the two of you are sitting at. I must say,
Oh, wow.
Your technique could
sorry.
use a little work. No, it's fine. Your technique could use a little work, but I think we might be able to get you more used to switching between two hands and one hand on a weapon.
I think with more practice, I'll definitely get it. You know, I'll definitely be, you know, working hard on it, practicing as I have done with my bigger weapons. You know, I did used to start wielding a sword one-handed, you know, back before I joined the guild, but ever since the guild master's been switching me up with different weapons, see which one I work with best.
I see. Well,
I could use you as a weapon.
I mean, I don't think that's what people mean when they tell other people they want to be held. But
I'll use you as a weapon. Can Alice try and pick her up?
no. As Vilsway places the wooden sword on the table. One thing I would definitely suggest to you is, well, when I'll dig it up later, but there's a long sword that I used to use for monster slaying when I was out and about traveling before I settled a little bit to try and hone my skills a bit more. I'll see if I can dig that up for you to pass over. But I I would certainly advise not just sticking to one weapon. After all, variety is the spice of life.
Variety is indeed the spice of life. I will take your advice, and I will be training with more weapons. I got a longbow the other day. I'm going to be training to use that as well with Lupus, probably. Yeah,
Direct training with the
soon.
Guildmaster himself? My, what a momentous occasion that must be.
He's taught me everything I know.
She blinks. She gives you a very slow blink. Really?
Yeah, really. Well, yeah, pretty much. Everything else I just, practice myself with other people. But Lupus is the one who put the weapon in my hand and told me I could do it.
Billsway looks startled. Well, I didn't realize that the guildmaster was teaching his guild members any of his combat secrets or knowledge. That would explain why that guild's been winning the tournaments over the last few years.
Well, if we don't have the knowledge from the wise master himself, then how else are we going to learn it,
She takes a moment. Well, I must say it would explain why a lot of your technique is definitely solid, but you've got to remember that your own weight is going to be a bit different to how his will be. So your stance might need a little bit of adjustment to fit you more comfortably. Because I've noticed some of your stance is quite stiff in other places, and too loose in others. Like your shoulders, you tend to lock them together rather than just relaxing them. It'd be a lot easier for you to flow between attacks if you just relax the muscles in your arms a little bit. No need to be so tense.
Well, I am used to wielding a much heavier weapon, which, if I'm relaxing my shoulders, I'm probably going to drop it, fling it in someone's eye or something.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Have you tried relaxing your arms a little bit when you're swinging?
I guess I haven't, actually. Yeah, I could definitely take that on board. I mean, she, moves her shoulders around as if she's, relaxing them, doing, little stretches.
Okay, so... Right. So, the two of you conclude your little lunch. And as you're concluding lunch and that, Elsewhere looks over to you. Well, as nice as it has been, I must spend a little bit of time tidying around the house, just to keep the place a little bit clean.
Of course, of course.
Maybe you should go and ask your guildmaster to give you some training with the longbow.
Yeah, I'm going to actually. That's a very good idea. I'm gonna go do that now actually. It's been such a pleasure to um, you know, uh, to train with you and to have this beautiful lunch. So thank you.
He smiles. Well, the least I could do. Anyway, go on you.
I hope we get to do it more often.
Well, of course. I'll see if I can make some more time available in my schedule to help you out.
Well, do let me know.
Will do. I'll come and visit the guild now. I know roughly where you are.
Yeah. I'm at the guild, unless I'm obviously out on a mission. But I don't think. Well, I've got a big one coming up, but hopefully it won't be that soon. You know.
She raises the half-full glass of water she's got in her hand. Well, hopefully you'll come back all right.
I always do.
Look forward to seeing you then.
Bye.
And she waves her hand to you. Before going back into her house.
And Alice jumps back over the fence and walks back to the guild.
Acrobatics check.
13.
Your foot clips the fence slightly, but you manage to stick the landing.
She didn't say anything.
You also didn't facepalm. Anyway, so I'm assuming you're making your way back to the guild.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're making your way back to the guild, Anton and Alec, you have located your quote-unquote next target. Guild, well, Guild Group A, their resident thief, is currently sitting at one of the tables.
Is he alone? Oh, there are loads of people that can see him.
I sure hope he's alone. Fuck.
Okay, before we get anywhere near him, in any capacity that you could possibly ever hear us, I'm gonna say to Alec, okay, so as soon as I start talking, you start working.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Don't peruse. Just pick something and take it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. This may not work, but it also might work. So, I think it's. And
Do I get advantage again?
Apparently, Penton has not started an interaction, so
Okay.
you'll have to wait for your moment.
Okay, I'll wait for my moment.
okay.
Penton will approach Asta. And as you approach, Asta looks up. What? What do you want?
Sorry, I was just hoping I could get your advice on something. Because I've been trying to teach one of my group members, Alec, how to steal and use sleight of hand better. And every single time I do it, something goes wrong. So I know that you're very good at that, being thief, ninja, and all of that combined. And you certainly ran rings around me when we ended up encountering each other in the battlefield. So I was just wondering if you could maybe give me some tips, some hints, anything? Because honestly, I'm struggling at this point. I'm great at stealing shit, I've got great sleight of hand, I'm not a very good teacher.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine you're probably not the greatest teacher, considering that, well, how'd I describe it? Not everyone's carry is silly enough to carry their world's worth on them like you are.
Oh, what's right?
I said, not everybody's silly enough to carry their world's worth on them at once.
What, you referring to my money? Don't carry all of that on me. Sorry, I'm a bit confused.
And Penton, what's your passive perception?
Not very high. It's currently 24.
So in your hand, in Asta's hand, as he raises it up, is your coin pouch containing all of your money.
I don't imagine Penton carries all of his money on him. I imagine he just carries what he's going to be needing.
That should be in the bank. Because what it says on your character sheet in your treasure page is that you're currently carrying 10 million gil on your person. So at some point post-session or between sessions, you will have to figure out what you want to put away rather than carry it on you.
Okay.
But Asta is currently holding your coin pouch in front of your face. I must say, certainly quite a bit in here. But rather than not have problems with the guildmaster later, and he tosses it back over to you.
So are you gonna give me any advice?
Oh, quite easy.
It's a pointless endeavor.
Oh, no. Quite easy. Stop standing over there. And Penton, I'm imagining your head's turning to the direction where Asta's nodding.
Ooh, what? And Phantom will turn his head.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm picturing Alex standing, like, by the doorway that you came in from.
I'm like retreating back slowly.
Oh my fucking god! Did you even try?
Yes, he doesn't have anything.
Oh, were you testing on me, were you?
Yes, we were.
No. Oh, we're telling the truth.
Yes.
Yes.
Asta looks over to Alex. Wow, I'm sure you found out I don't carry anything on me. But good handiwork. I didn't even notice you there until your buddy sold you out. But
Excellent.
so
I consider this a win.
Yeah, I'd say take it with a pinch of salt, but from somebody who's
So we just guessed that he would be in that exact place without
What?
knowing he was there?
as in you and Penton. Okay, let me recall for you from Asta's point of view what's happened here. Penton has entered the room,
Okay.
asks about the advice. During this, Asta has not seen it, but Alec has snuck in, rolled his sleight of hand check, succeeded, realized that there is nothing in Asta's inventory, and then retreated, and is now waiting in the doorway. But no, I'd say for somebody who says they're not a very good teacher, he seems to know what he's doing.
Well, at least that worked.
Unsuccessful attempt beforehand.
Yeah, I have no idea.
No, it was successful. Look what I got. Mega elixir.
Not too bad. So, don't be so harsh on yourself. Asta looks over to Penton. Don't be so harsh on yourself, bud. Seems like you're doing pretty well. If you want another challenge, which I'm guessing you two are looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, let me think. Who else is probably gonna be wandering around that you can have a crack at? And seems to take a little bit to settle. Well, if you're looking for someone a bit more perceptive, perhaps you could try Gore. Because I'm guessing you're taking your shot and then explaining afterwards. So you want somebody who's not gonna
I've actually been changing the strategy as I go along, to be honest. I'm trying to get the most legit response possible, which means they can't know that they're having something taken from them.
Well,
But you magically seem to know anyway.
Asta raises an eyebrow. No. You literally explained it to me after looking over there, where I've just seen your buddy turn up. I hadn't realised he'd come into the room, perused around in the pockets, and then left again.
Oh, okay. I wasn't fully understanding.
Don't worry about it. You were probably too focused on trying to make sure that your distraction went off without a hitch.
I was also genuinely looking for advice.
Oh,
And then you stole something from me.
wow. You're not wrong. My advice, if you want to teach someone how to do it, show them the way that you do it, and then give them something to practice on. Like it seems like you're doing at the moment. Oh, if you want, I could try and teach you both a little bit of what I know. Maybe not right now, but before the guildmaster sends off all the groups to start pushing the cult back, I could try and teach you a little bit of what I know. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds okay.
But yeah. Anyway, I'd suggest you go for Gort next. From what I'm aware, he was carrying around a little bag of goodies on it that I was gonna nab a couple off of.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So
And now we search for Gort.
you've had one fail, one success. And I'm guessing you're both going off to find Gort?
Find Gort, yes.
Okay. So, as you're wandering around the guild, Alice, you're going around to look for the guildmaster. You happen to find
Yes.
him. You find him in the training arena. Slide some tokens about. You find him in the training arena doing what appears to be some sort of hand-to-hand combat with one of the other guild members. Before he notices your presence, basically finishes up the sparring match and comes up to you.
Hi, Lupus.
Oh, hello. What are you doing here?
Well, I wanted to ask if you would help me practice my longbow skills since I have no skills in that area.
You taking up archery? Well,
I think I am taking up archery. I'm a changed woman.
Lupus has to take a moment. I'm not gonna say anything otherwise. But taking up the bow. Okay. And Lupus goes back over to put some of his gear back on and picks up Howling Obelisk, switching it over from its normal greatsword form, using some of his runic magic to shift around what form it's in. And this is a pretty meaty looking bow. You got your bow to hand?
I do.
Alright,
And Alice whips out her bow.
so that target over there. And Lupus points to this, like, really... Think, like, if I say archery target, you've pretty much got the mental image in your head. It points down to the end of the range. See if you can hit that.
Okay.
Right.
Should I roll to hit?
I'm gonna have to figure out what that is, because it's not currently... I haven't coded some of these things into the sheets, so... it's a compound longbow, so strength. It's not concentration bonus. So you're rolling with a plus 16 on that dice.
Okay. $34.
Okay. So you draw the string back and let the arrow fly, and it misses the target by
Oh,
we'll say like a couple of foot. You're slightly off to the side rather than short. Okay, try that again, but follow what I'm doing. And Lupus
okay.
Lupus plants his feet in a particular manner, rotates his body slightly, and kind of forms like an A shape with the way that his body is standing with the bow. And then let's go with a string. The arrow flies down and hits the target right in the bullseye.
Oh wow,
So what you
that
want to
is
do?
very impressive.
Thank you. It's nothing too special. Something I picked up a little while ago and just kind of stuck with. So what you want to do? You don't mind if I adjust your position at all, do you? I know some people
No,
don't
no,
like being
please go
touched.
ahead.
And Lupus basically adjusts Alice's position to basically match what he was doing. Now try firing it again.
Okay. Mental maths. 22.
So this time you're having to get used to the position because it's feels a little bit awkward to do. And you fire, you let go of fire, and the arrow lands a couple of feet short this time, but it's in perfect line with your target.
Oh,
Hey,
a little more strength.
yeah, you're getting there. Let's give it another shot, yeah. And this
I'm going.
let me give you a little bit of assistance. And and on you, Lupus casts Runic Amplification. So take that plus 16 and
Mm-hmm.
replace it with a 64.
Whoa!
Roll
Not a
damage.
big change at all. My God. 70.
Yep. So you with that little, definitely more than a little boost, you manage to fire the arrow. It whistles as it goes down the range, and it hits the bullseye right next to where Lupus's arrow was.
Whoa! Oh my God! What did you do to me?
Just a little bit of assistance. Trust me, all of that was just your natural strength, but boosted up a little bit.
Wow. That's incredible.
Well, it's one of the things that I can do. It's nothing.
Oh, can
special.
I ask you something?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Do you know of any woman with ginger hair, a little this high, who might be a member of the guild, new member of the guild?
Lupus raises an eyebrow. How did you know about her? Yes, she turned up earlier. I've been waiting to go and have a conversation with her, but who told you?
Oh, just a really beautiful friend of mine that I made recently, who's like really beautiful, and I don't really have any other words to describe her. The other Shadakai elf.
Oh,
She's
you're
like
referring to.
not a member of the guild.
Would that be would that be Bill Sweat by any chance? She's come up and
Maybe,
introduced herself
possibly,
once or twice.
yes. Okay, yes, you guessed it right.
Well, since this guild has a lot of interaction with this town's well, not political side, but this guild has a lot of influence over Lenfar itself. Me and the mayor occasionally check up on some of the people that have settled here that may be called upon to help the guardsmen should things get, a little scary.
Yeah, I mean, we could stay in Lenfar for, as long as you like. I'm very happy to come back to Lenfar. So, who is this gingerhead woman?
Ah, well. She's I can't tell you why she's here, but she's applied to join the guild, and I may be introducing her to your group sometime soon. We'll put it that way. There's a lot of
Whoa!
confidential
We're getting
things I
new
can't
member.
tell you. But her name's Luna. She's quite a from what I'm aware, she's quite the perky young lady. She got word
Wow.
of from what I'm aware, she got word of this guild from oh, you've never been to Canaria, have you?
I think maybe before when I was young.
Well, I'll draw a long story short for you. She used to live in the Great Forest. Basically, this massive forest that covers, as I want to say, a solid 30% of the continent's surface. Big old place.
Wow.
But she's had some interactions with the tribe that Zippy came from, and well, she ended up applying here.
Wow. Don't tell Penton.
Tell Benton about what? The fact there's another lady here.
Yeah. You got it.
I must say, your distaste for him's a little much. Again, he's
Oh
a
no,
bastard.
come on. We love Penton. This is only a joke, only a joke. You know, I went out with Penton the other night. Actually, maybe you don't need to know this story.
Lupus chuckles. I know. I saw you guys coming back whilst how do I describe it? I saw you guys coming back after having a little bit of a sparring session and getting a late night snack, if you will.
But boy, was it fun. Well, you know what? You don't need to know.
I may or may not have been told what happened from Leon. He was recounting the evening to me a little bit.
Oh, God damn it.
What? You seem surprised that another guild member's going to share information with me.
Yeah, yeah, maybe a little bit, maybe, you know, wasn't really my, you know, my best moment.
She looked like. My brain just tried to fuse two sentences together in my head and did not work. Lopez looks at Alice in the eyes. Why do you seem so, dare I say, awkward when referring to...
What? Me? Awkward? Never. Oh my goodness, I don't even know who that is.
Lupus puts his hand on Alice's shoulder and kind of forces eye contact between the two of them. Like, semi-intense eye contact.
Now I really know awkward.
Alice, I'm only gonna say this, like, once, but, I can tell that there's some tension between you and Mado. Do you want to talk about it? Because it seems like...
Oh, jeez.
Seems like one of you's moved past it, the other hasn't. What's holding you back? What's holding you onto him?
I don't really know. I feel like I did speak to him, and I feel like we made peace, and I guess it was good to know that he's doing well, and like, you know, things have moved on for him as well. I'm just an awkward soul.
I don't think you're an awkward soul, sweetheart. I've been there whilst you were a kid. I've spent a fair bit of time around Diana. There's something a little bit extra there. So, why don't you tell me about it? No need to hide it from me.
Well, I just, you know, I felt really ashamed of myself for
Well,
Did Alice just die?
I think
Um,
Alice cut out a little bit. Uh-oh.
Alice cut out majorly.
Give her a second to...
Or Elf.
Oh, you there?
Hello, am I there?
Hello? I can hear you now, yep.
Hello?
Hello.
Sorry, the Wi-Fi just died and came back out of nowhere, just in the middle of my beautiful speech, so fuck the Wi-Fi.
Don't fuck the Wi-Fi, it's already having a fit.
As I was saying,
Carry on.
so... yeah, I just felt that I was just having a moment in my life where I just I wasn't really being myself. And I think, you all saw this, and it led to me making some really horrendous decisions
Yeah,
that I
I
really
know.
do regret.
Yes, I'm aware.
And I just feel a lot of, regret for how things ended between me and him, because I really don't want, him to feel like it was his fault, 'cause it wasn't at all. It was me. I was the problem, and I just wasn't ready to be committed in that way to someone so amazing as him,
Lupus is just, the whole time you are speaking, he's just nodding, as if this is already something he'd figured out and come to the conclusion of. So, why do you feel, like, if you know he's moved along and he's okay, why are you still holding on to it? It just seems like unnecessary baggage to hold on to.
To be fair, yeah, it probably is unnecessary baggage. Yeah, you're definitely right about that, but my brain just can't just let go.
Why not?
Like with Penton, I felt like I let go. We had a bit of a awkward period, and then we moved on, and now we're really great friends. Like Penton is like my ride or die, Penton is, with me through the thick and the thin, through my worst side and through my best sides.
So why can't that be the case with Mado?
I just don't know. Mado is just too nice and wholesome and pure, and I feel really guilty that I broke him for no reason.
Okay, but it seems like you're the only one that's holding on to that now. He's made his peace. You seem to have made peace with yourself, or at least an understanding of yourself.
I'd never really thought about it. I guess this is giving me time to reflect about how I truly feel.
Well, let me put it this way. And Lupus takes a moment, lines up his shot, and fires down the gallery, splitting the previous arrow he'd fired in two. So let me tell you a little bit of history with me. There was
Okay.
a point where, how do I describe it? Myself and one of the other members of the elites. I should stop calling them that. You've met Nova, right?
Who? Sorry.
Nova, the guy that
Yeah.
normally ends
Yes.
up.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes. Well,
Yeah. I trained with Nova before.
he and I had a massive disagreement a while ago about how this guild should be handled, and when we had to deal with the rest of I guess the tribe that I'm now chieftain of. The elites came here, and some of the other members arrived not too long after to join up, as you'll see with some of the Wolvernites that live around here. However, there were some other members of the tribe that did not want to move from Canaria to this island. And that's understandable. But we had a very big disagreement over that. But you've seen how he and I interact. And
Yeah.
we've moved past that. The disagreement's gone. We've both made peace with it, so maybe you should try doing the same with Mado.
Yeah. You're right.
After all, there's no point in being shy or awkward. Maybe don't go as far as Reggie level of open, but you know, if you've moved along, and I've seen the way that your expression lights up when you talk about Billsway. Mado's moved along. I don't see any reason for tension. Obviously, there's going to be that little bit of awkwardness, but it's like, have you ever run yourself a bath that's just a bit too hot?
Oh yeah.
But you can't be bothered to wait. You can't be bothered to wait for the water to cool down, so you get into the bath and have to like play a game of hot and cold to wait for your body to adjust to it. It's a similar sort of thing with the awkwardness.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. And in reality, awkward and shy isn't really part of my traits, you know.
Whilst there should be room for a little bit of everything in people's personalities, I should definitely say that having that mixture of everything, the awkwardness should only be there if there's a reason for it. And between you and Mado, I don't see a reason why. Okay, it's going to be a little bit awkward to start with because you've got to get used to it, and your mind is gonna wander to those moments, but you've got to adjust to it. Hell, I mean, have you seen...
I don't see a reason why either.
Exactly.
And can Alice shoot an arrow?
Yeah.
Do I still have
again.
plus 60?
No, it'll be with the 16.
Oh fuck. Okay, well we're gonna try anyway. That is fuck.
Sorry.
28.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hits. It hits one of the outer rings of the target, but it hits. So
Woo!
I'll give you a little. We'll take a little bit of time to practice this, and then you don't mind if I pass your training over to someone else, do you?
No, of course not. Can Alice go in for a high five?
Yeah, Lupus high fives Alice, and
Woohoo!
after a couple of minutes, do you recall who Marcus is? The guy who did your pottery class that you took at one point.
Yes.
He comes in with bow and arrow in hand, and Lupus passes you over to him to do your training. So as okay. So as
Whoa, fuck me, you didn't tell me you were sending in a bull.
yeah, he's a Bobian.
A sexy ass bull?
Okay, so
Didn't AI make this monster?
yeah, basically using that as a
Monster
anyway.
for like the fittest,
Let's move
sexiest
along.
monster.
Let's move
Fuck
swiftly along.
me. This is not Alice, this is me out of character. Going, fuck. That's
Okay.
a sexy
Anyway,
ass bull.
We understand.
Moving
Shh.
swiftly onwards. So you're passed over to Marcus, who starts training you in how to use the longbow. Meanwhile, Lupus goes over to this little interviewing room, where there is there is the woman that was described by both Alice and Billsway. She is currently sitting at the table waiting for the guildmaster to arrive, and he enters the room.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Luna. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Lupus.
Pleasure to meet you too.
And Lupus offers his hand.
Luna shakes.
Okay. So, as Lupus takes a seat, he looks Luna directly in the eye. So, why come from Canaria all the way over here? I know this guild's prestigious, but what's brought you over here?
Well, aside from the fact that I have been in the Great Forest for over 200 years at this point, I obtained a lead in something, although it grew to a dead end. And to be honest, I've run out a bit of money. However, I took some time in Girathina, and I've actually rather grown to like the place. And I caught word of what's been going on.
I see. And if I may be so bold as to ask, how do you feel about a potentially riled group? I can elaborate further if you would like me to, because I imagine I have not given a very clear description of what's happening.
A riled group, so I'm gonna assume that you've probably made enemies or someone has declared you as an enemy.
Not so much. If I were to explain it as this, this guild has been gathering some support for a very large mission, as I'm sure you're aware. And a few
Yep.
of the members of this particular guild group some of them are quite high profile, some of them are not so high profile, but they have experienced multiple deaths within the span of a couple of weeks. They were present at the siege for Zodia, and for lack of better wording, there are a few members of that group that are a little bit dysfunctional, at least in a social capacity.
That sounds awkward.
Yes, it is. We have a few members of that group who are, for lack of better wording, transferring out. One of them is going to be transferred to a different guild entirely after losing his twin brother in the siege. The other will be going out into the wilderness in search of his other family members, which means that there is an opening in that particular group. So I can trial run you in that group and see how you get along, and if at any point you would like me to transfer you over to Group V, I will be more than happy to do so.
Sure, it sounds like a good deal.
There is one thing I would like to bring up, though. Lupus ponders for a moment. What's your opinion on Ardione and the Raven Queen?
I mean, Raven Queen. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really very good with when it comes to religion. I forget what the Raven Queen does. Ardione's the harvest goddess, right?
Yeah. You don't have any... If you ever met one of them, you wouldn't want to take them out, per se, would you?
Luna has this look of confusion, just like, no.
Lupus basically looks Luna in the eyes, and with the most straight face possible, says, You're not stupid enough to try and kill a goddess, are you? This is a genuine question that I have
I feel
to
slightly
ask.
targeted now.
I have to ask this because there are a couple of high-profile members. Lupus raises his eyebrows a few times to get the point across. A few high-profile people within this building that, should there be anybody that could potentially put risk to them, I will have to intervene. So I would just like to make sure that your intentions are clean, since I won't have any missions to trial you with.
I promise that I won't go randomly shooting people that are a lot more powerful than I.
Okay, just be aware of... And Lupus basically rolls out a map of the guild and points to a couple of corridors. Just be aware of being in any of these areas about 7 PM, as Demios has a habit of testing out any new explosives.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, no worries.
You'll come to realize this guild is a little bit unusual, but is very, very close knit. For the time being, I'm gonna assign you a room with Group V. So you'll... give me a second. And Lupus closes his eyes, focuses for a minute, and there's a knock at the door a few minutes later. Come on, in you come. And filtering in, Luna, is this 5'2" rabbit man. This 7 foot, I believe it's either 7'1" or 7'2" cave bear folk, and a 7-foot hyena folk that are standing in the room. Right. So, Luna, these will be your temporary companions until I can transfer you into Group U. This is Leon, and Lupus waves his hand to the rabbit folk. A pleasure to meet you, Luna.
Pleasure to meet you too.
I shall have to ask you to excuse Throck. He's a bit of a snorer.
What? Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. And then he'll give them a hug.
Nope.
Because Frog doesn't do handshakes. Frog is a hugger.
So
Fair enough.
you get a very brief hug from Throck, and then Mado, and then this is Mado. You alright?
Hello.
Anyway, Lupus continues. They'll be the people you're staying with for a short period. Please familiarize yourselves with them, as they'll be joining a few of our groups on this big mission we're planning. And in the meantime,
Alright.
If you need anything at all, please come and speak to me. But I would ask that for a short period you do avoid interacting with any of the members of Group U, as they're supposed to be preparing themselves for a pretty big mission that's about to go underway.
Gotcha. No worries.
Alright,
I'll be sure to avoid them.
thank you. You won't have to avoid them once I can transfer you into the group, but they're a bit rowdy, so... Leon, Throck, Mado, would you mind showing her back to Group V's room?
Okay.
Of course.
This
Luna.
way.
Yes, where Throck is pointing. And
Alright then.
the four of them leave, with Lupus following on a little while later. Okay, so Alec and Penton, you've found your next target. The big old orc man that is Gort. Who's currently just relaxing and tending to some of the shrubs in the garden.
Right, so for this one, I'm throwing the playbook out entirely. And as much as it goes against what I think would be the best for training this, I'm just gonna flat out tell them what's happening. Because each time I've tried
Oh
so far, it has gone
man.
wrong horribly. So... But I'm sure they'll play along.
No, what's the point if we're just gonna tell them? Like,
I
come
also
on.
don't really want to deceive Gort.
But it would be so
Part of the whole
fun
reason
to
I'm here.
deceive Gort. I would like to deceive Gort.
If you
Just
want
for
to
a little
deceive
bit.
Gort, then go right ahead. We'll see how your deception skills go.
Alright, if no distraction, I'll do it myself. I'll just jump in. Okay, I'm gonna use one of my fucking abilities. What was it? That gives me advantage. Yeah, a temporal hiccup. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. And a time mote. And I'm gonna
You're gonna stealth
go
up
in
on
there.
Gore. Okay.
Yep.
Penton, what are you doing?
I guess I'll just watch and observe.
Oh. Mm, two very bad rolls. Oh, I think I have an ability thing. Sleight of hand is automatically take 10 on sleight of hand checks. Cool, cool.
Okay. So, can I ask what you roll in your stealth?
I'm adding stealth.
Yes, because you're sneaking up on him. Or are you actually going up to him and deceiving him?
No, I was just gonna sleight of hand. Okay.
So you're gonna go up to the Orc Man in broad daylight and just try and chase
Okay,
him,
I'm
catch his pocket?
stealthing. I'm stealthing now.
Okay. Sorry, I had to make sure.
Where is my? There it is. Stealth. 43.
Okay. And what was your sleight of hand?
Um. 48.
Okay. So you stealth over. You make your way over. And Penton, you watch as you like from the. How do I describe this? I'm trying to lay out the scene for you. So Alex kind of taken a little way around the side to sneak up directly behind Gort. And as you watch Alex sneak over, you can see Gort's eyebrow raise, and his eyes move back as if he's not turning his head, but he's trying to look behind him. And Alec, as you go to try and pick Gort's pocket, your hand is instead met with a butt cheek. Before Gort stands up and looks at you with a big grin on his face. Nice try on that one, Sunshine, but I might be a little bit too used to other people. Pretty good though, must admit.
Yes, okay, we're just training.
You're met with basically just picture Gort smiling. I mean, literally his full body up, just that smile. I'd say if you're gonna try and pick a pocket, maybe make use of you're a town mage, right?
Sure am.
There's a spell called
But I figured that was cheating or something. I don't know.
Who told you that?
I don't know.
And Gort is going to roll a perception check to see who else is here. rolling a. That's actually a really low number on the dice, but that is a 45.
3 billion.
So looks over, sees Penton, and everything immediately makes sense to Gort. Well, hello, Sunshine. What are you doing over there? You coming over to join the conversation, or
Yeah, sure, might as well.
so then, Alec, who told you you couldn't use spells?
Well,
I don't know if Penton told me I couldn't use the spells, but that's the vibes I was receiving.
I said preferably without using time magic, because you're trying to learn sleight of hand skills and
That's
deception,
true.
which if you're gonna do things like stop time, then what's the point of the deception and sleight of hand?
Gort nods as he listens. Well, you wanna have another try of that? Perhaps even you can have a try, Penton. Show Alec how to do it, and I'll carry on with the gardening. Yeah, I'll even do this. And he takes one of the one of the wilted flowers he was having to prune off. Takes it, and very after adjusting his the loincloth he's wearing a little bit, places the flower on the back, basically on the back of his waistband for you to try and practice with. Right, now I'm gonna focus on getting my gardening done, and I'll let you two practice.
Sounds good.
Okay. Technically, I did use my magic because I used temporal hiccup, but whatever.
More an ability than an actual spell. Because with spells, you have to do you have to use the verbal and somatic.
The
components.
somatic.
So you have to do the moves and say the word. Whereas
I
abilities,
could
you don't
cast
have to.
Cometry. No, I'm joking.
Immediate resort to violence.
That's all I know.
Anyway, so Penton, I'm assuming you're going to try and show Alec how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. You just said that I have to say a verbal component for a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of the things I was thinking, we're just going to say this out of character, is start the conversation, then I can mislead, go around the back, sleight of hand. Because my stealth itself is not good.
Yeah. But you're also an illusionist.
Right.
So are you saying mislead, misdirect or mislead is in the spell, or misdirect, mislead is in...
The spell.
Okay. Sorry, I had to make sure.
Would that work? I don't know what the
Yeah.
words I have to say the verbal components are. Do I just say the name of the spell?
Yes, that is basically what the verbal components are.
Okay. Alright, I'll do it this way. I will walk up to Gort again
Mm-hmm.
and start saying, right, Self and Alec have had a vote, and I'm going to go first, like you said, just to, to show them how it's done, how to mislead you, and as I say mislead, sleep will trigger, and as I'm, basically I'll just keep talking, the dummy, I guess, of me will keep talking, and then I will go around the back and roll sleight of hand.
Okay.
I'll roll this first, and then I'll carry on saying whatever I was going to say. That's 66.
Yep. So your little plan works as you manage to take the flower that Gort had attached to the back of his belt.
Fantastic. Okay, give him a smack on the bum.
Wow. Okay. Oi,
You
what's
know,
it?
basically what I'm going to end up doing is just disappearing while I'm talking to you right now and kind of taking it before the end of the sentence, basically. And then the mislead dummy will disappear and Phantom will appear behind Gort.
Okay. Gort turns his head slightly to look at you, with an eyebrow raised.
But the point where I smacked his butt is the point where I
Yes.
ended that conversation and the dummy disappeared.
I would imagine so, because he has a very, very wide grin on his face. Certainly not so, but...
I mean, you already knew it was coming, so why should I be subtle?
Touche, touche.
Well,
Oh, wait.
didn't it?
Pass the flower back, and it'll be your turn, Alec.
Pass the flower back.
So Gort puts the flower back in the same place on the back of his belt. Now, little bit of advice. If you're gonna try and be stealthy and sneaky, maybe use a little bit of your chronomancy. You don't necessarily need to stop time.
I could just temporal stasis Gort, and then just.
Poor Gort.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
This is the
Yeah,
sort of thing
sure,
I'm talking
moment.
about.
Moment of blur.
Blur, blur, blur.
Sorry,
Blur,
that's,
blur, blur.
that's such a mood.
Quick, Alec, use your moment of blah blah blah.
Moment of stroke.
No.
So I get plus 20 on it. This is stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. Finally. 63.
You manage to reach down and take the flower. And Gort's looks over to Penton. Has he taken it yet?
No.
And Gort reaches his hand round. And the flower's not there. And Gort looks back to Alec. Wow. Well done. And the ironic timing, with Penton testing you so frequently, Alec, you actually built up enough progress that you now have a sleight of hand. You've managed to successfully acquire a sleight of hand proficiency.
Yeah.
Woohoo! My sleight of hand is already
Let's
really good. It's
fucking
Well,
go.
watch it get
How much?
better. Boom.
Oh my god. Oh yay! It's better than my stealth now.
There you go. So that is now... You now have a proficiency in sleight of hand from spending quite a while practicing it.
Excellent.
Okay. So Gort turns his head back. Well, something I would suggest if you really wanna push yourself to the limit, why don't you try the Guildmaster? Not Ziffy. That
Yeah,
guy
the
is
thing with Ziffy is first you've got to find him.
Yeah.
yeah, he's a bit of a cheeky sod for that.
I mean, I could find him and then use time shift and then try and. No, that's too much. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, I mean your best bet's probably Lupus anyway.
Yeah.
Imagine if you accidentally spited Zippy once, he'll probably remind you of that by taking something from you. You definitely won't see him coming.
That's true. Do you want to try the
I'm
Guildmaster,
not even sure I
Penton?
can deceive the Guildmaster if I tried, so I'd have to do what I've been doing, which is basically just tell the truth.
Just tell it really slowly so that I can.
So basically, I'm training out.
Gort raises an eyebrow and looks at you both. Oh, come on now. You got to at least try.
Yeah, I can try.
I mean, if you fail, he's just gonna chuckle at you. That's the worst thing that's gonna happen.
Or he'll throw another star at me.
Nah,
That was fun.
nah, he told me about that. He won't do that. Because he knows that I'll be on his case. And not in... No. Not in the, yelling at him, but the... giving him judgmental looks. I'll make him go to therapy. And Gort lets out...
Evil.
Gort tries to make a little evil laugh, but because this man is clearly does not have an evil soul, like an evil soul or strand of evil in his body, it just sounds adorable. So, are you gonna attempt to try and pickpocket the guildmaster?
I want to. I don't know if Penton wants to continue.
I mean, what?
Wow. Peer
Neville's
pressure.
what?
I'm being peer pressured by God.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. Do it, Neville's. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was referring to the DM, but both work.
The pigeon from before is
The
calling you a
mystery eyes
loser.
of the bird.
Yes. Yeah, okay. We'll basically do it the same way we did before. I'll just keep talking and you do the deed.
Yeah.
Okay,
I have my doubts that this will work, but it's worth a try.
so as you're continuing with this, let me roll a little percentile dice. Alice, you've returned back to the guild room to join Norman, Uzok, Xanis, and Kay. After having successfully mastered the compound longbow, you've not managed to master all types of bows, but that specific
Oh,
type
let's
of bow
go.
itself you are now capable of using. I will properly add it to your page later. I will add the proficiency, but I will add the actual weapon to your sheet later. So, in the meantime, we'll say a little bit's passed, and Alec and Penton, you managed to find the guildmaster, who is currently examining some of the books that are left in like one of the lounge areas. Is having a flick through them.
Okay. Penton will approach. Oh, hello, Guildmaster. It's been a little while since we had a chat. Not properly, I guess. Since we went to visit my dad. Anyway, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been doing a little bit of research. Been trying to remaster a couple of the stronger runic spells, but
Remaster?
yes, I had them at one point, and then, well, I may have gotten a little bit too fixated on trying to fix up some of the older Crystal Hero combination magics, if you will, and then, well, I may have forgotten the proper order of how to write them out, and, well, I'm smart, I'm wise, but my memory is not amazing.
No,
At the
I
best
get
of
it. You
times.
can only keep so much in there all at once. It's a limited amount of space. I'm sure you can remember a lot of things, but everything's got to have limits. Well, I guess on my end, I've been trying to teach, for most of the day today, trying to teach Alec how to use his sleight of hand and to steal from people. And it's been mixed bag in terms of success and failure. First, we started on Leon. And basically, well, the way I tried to go about it was that I didn't actually tell the subject that I was doing this to get the most, authentic response. And I kind of jumped the gun a little bit with Leon, and it was something was still being taken, and that didn't quite work. So then Leon told me to go to Asta, and has to just decide to fuck with me. I asked him for it. I genuinely also asked him for advice on how to do, how to teach. I'm really good with sleight of hand. I'm really good at stealing stuff, but I'm a fucking terrible teacher, as it seems to turn out. But he just took all of my money off of me, and that didn't go too well. And then we tried Gort, and Gort was interesting. At that point, I tried to just basically give up on the whole not telling them thing and tried to say it flat out, but then Alec just sort of went for it and didn't work out, but he was chill about it, and then we just started taking the this little flower or something that he had as one after the other, and yeah, that's kind of really all that's been happening. I've been waiting to do some twin casting with a few people, but besides that, that's kind of all that's been going on.
Ah, I see. Well, and as you've been speaking, you've noticed that Lupus's nose has been twitching slightly and his ears have been moving a little. And as you conclude your sentence, Lupus's free hand moves slightly to the side and flips the bird to Alec. As Lupus has rolled a 98 on perception.
What the fuck?
Lupus looks
No.
over to Alec. Yeah, no you don't.
So Gort told us to do the Guildmaster next, and
Oh,
we
yeah, I'm
shouldn't
not
do
surprised.
Ziffy, because we'll get fined Ziffy.
I was doing so well. How did you know I was there?
Skill. Well, kind of anyway. Although I will admit, the pincer tactic definitely works.
I know you're very good at discerning lies and deception, so I just told the truth.
Oh yeah,
But I dragged it out.
Yeah, about that. Talking about that, Lupus holds up Penton's coin pouch. And holds up Alec's coin pouch.
Hey, what?
You
Ouch.
see, I may have already done it before. You forget, before I started training in red magic, I was a thief. Although I do like the tactic you two are working on. Here's your coin pouches back, and Lupus tosses them to you. Very well done on that. You've definitely improved, although I think you might want to spend a little bit more time hashing out some of the details on it. Like, Alec, I can still hear you and smell you. If you're ever gonna try and, I guess, take things from somebody that shares my capacity for hearing and scent, then you may want to find a way to mask any sort of smells or sounds you may make.
What do I even smell like?
Luke, I'm gonna roll another smell base for a second. So,
Oh no, he's sniffing me. Can I stealth my smell?
Lupus takes a sniff of the air. Well, you currently smell like the what's the soap? You smell very much like the soap from the guild's baths, and I can pick up Gort on both of you. And hang on a second. I can't smell Aster on you, but I can pick up on Leon. Only on you though. But anyway, yes.
I mean, I probably could have masked to smell illusionist magic, but I kind of thought you'd be able to disbelieve that, because you're a lot more powerful than both of us put together.
Well, you see, yes, I could do that, but I'd have to be aware. I would have to have that awareness in the first place. If I can't see it, I can't hear it, and I can't smell it, what am I going to do? It's the annoying thing with Ziffy's tendency to play hide and seek half the time. The only way you can figure out he's there is by touch, and even then,
He could be in this very room.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was. I've gotten used to him just appearing out of nowhere. But it wouldn't surprise me if he's probably taking a power nap at the moment. So, what's the plan with learning how to steal? You gonna make use of that at some point?
'Cause it's fun.
Aside from the fact that it's fun. I'd already gotten that.
Maybe. I don't know.
You said that Mace has the heirlooms, right? If the two of you are planning on working together on stealing things, perhaps you could work out some sort of tactic between the two of you to disarm an enemy and steal their weapon.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
That would be. That could be something we could do.
I mean, it seems like there's a lot of how would I describe it? A lot more combinations of things that your group could be working together to try and achieve. Oh, the twin casting may be good for you to put your magic together, but why not combine each other's capabilities in other capacities? Panton, you can use illusion magic. Alec, you're able to stop time, and you both seem to be quite adept at thievery, so why not work together? It'd be a good way to mask yourselves from any unwanted insight from external people. Or a more straight to the point way of putting it, it would definitely help if you had to go through an area, say you're having to go back to Karos at some point. God forbid that ever happens. You may have to go back through Karos at some point, and you could just hide yourselves. Disguise yourselves as
the best impression the last time we were there.
Well,
Yeah, me neither.
no, but we do have Judge Tarek, who's basically been keeping in contact, put it that way. So if at
I've
any
been
point
to
we-
most places in Karos, I think, so
Well, we'll have to go back to that island anyway to eventually visit Ishtath.
yay.
Ah, don't sound so upset about it. We're only gonna be there for like a few hours at most. That being said, there is I've sent a letter off there, and apparently one of the Yuiki kids is very excited to meet a couple of members of your group. But I won't spoil it for you. I'll let you figure out who it is once we end up going there. And Lupus puts the book that he was holding in his other hand back on the shelf. Aside from trying to pickpocket, is there anything else I can help you gentlemen with?
No, that was all, to be
Okay.
honest.
Well,
Well, there is one thing. This is out of character. Hang on. I can't tell if I'm overstepping here, if it's even been mentioned in the session. I'll have to off screen.
okay.
Mhm.
So, with your little chain of thievery done, are you heading back to the guild room?
Yeah, except I'm looking for Gelda.
Okay. So, Alec, you're going off to find Gelda.
Well, from the way the guildmaster was winking at me from the conversation we just had, I guess he wants me to stay behind, so I'm going to stay behind for a bit.
Okay. So, all my knuckles just clicked. That's kind of cringe. So, Alec, you go off to find Jelda, who you haven't seen or properly seen in a little bit. And as you go looking for him, you end up in the library, in one of the most recluse, hidden away corners, where Fenrir is sitting outside of one of the bookcases, kind of asleep on the floor, with Jelda sitting in this little hidden away area.
Oh, hi, Gerald. Are you doing alright?
Yep, I'm fine. Is there something you need?
Well, Aurolus told me you seemed a bit concerning.
Concerning? What about me's concerning? Honestly.
Seem
Just-
obsessed with your whole family thing.
Well, yes, if you suddenly discover that you had family that you didn't know existed beforehand, I'm sure that you would be a little bit obsessed over it as well. Although, as far as I'm aware, most of your family aren't, well, people that you want to be interacting with, from what I'm aware.
Yep. Or dead.
Yep, I've been there. I'm there as well.
But you should, like, take a break every now and again.
For what purpose?
Fun, enjoyment, good times.
What, you mean having to stand in the same room as the person that doesn't really seem that interested in me anymore, and having to sit there in very awkward silence and discomfort as two people in our group are basically avoiding each other constantly? That's not awkward at all. I think I'll take your fun, enjoyment, and good times and very respectfully push them back to you. I have family that are more important than me locating. But thank you.
Well, you don't have to come to the guild room, but, like, you could hang out with one or two of us and just...
Jelda looks at you. And gives you a very piercing glare.
Okay, you're busy, okay. I'll go now.
Thank you. And I'm guessing Alec is heading back to the guild room after that.
Do I
Yeah.
just
Oh.
does Milo see Alec?
I would presume not, because the languages and like communication section is on the second floor at the front of the library, whereas where Jelda is on the bottom floor, far back right, like opposite side of the library.
Oh, no worries.
Okay.
Now, Kay said she wanted to hang out or something, so...
Yes. Okay. So after you go off to locate Kay, Henton, you have stayed behind to chat with Lupus. And Lupus looks at you. So it seemed a bit weird, but after a little bit of a sparring session, I've had to go and talk to one of the new applicant that we received from Ziffy's home, and maybe I'll introduce them to you when the time's right.
Okay.
And having a sparring session with Astra, which, god damn, that woman punches hard when she wants to. I was thankful enough that I was training with Spark when when Alice walked in, because I can't imagine me and Astra throwing hands with each other wouldn't cause an uproar with the rest of the guild. Sparring, not actually trying to punch me in the face. As funny as I'm sure that would actually be.
It would
Anyway.
be very.
Pigeon again. I'm probably gonna go and take an earlier bath. It's gonna sound a bit weird, but would you want to join me?
Sure.
One
why
of
not?
the little like sauna baths, just popping in. I've asked the person, who was it I asked to run it? I'll remember in a second, but I asked them to put extra bubbles in it for the sake of entertainment, and also because bubbles are just very entertaining.
Bubbles are very entertaining.
Oh, I remember who it was. It was Drax. I asked Drax to get hold of some like foamer or whatever it is that they use to make those bubbles in the first place, and then hand it over to Max to, run it. Wouldn't leave a hellhound anywhere near my bathwater, because they'll run it obscenely hot, and I'd rather not melt.
Makes sense. I mean, I've already said yes to the bath. You ain't got to tell it to me.
No, I know. I thought I'd maintain some conversation whilst we walk. And just for context, Penton and Lupus have been making their way down to the guild's bathhouse. Anyway, Lupus kicks his gear off, towel, to go up to the bathing area. I remember I may have mentioned it to you briefly, but have you had a thought on our last discussion when I gave you that gemstone for your personal safety?
Sorry, I can't quite remember what it was. Just run it by me again?
The pact that
Oh.
should hopefully, keep you alive so long as the other pact members are alive. It's what I have done with the elites, so worst case scenario, should the Lillian Beast, end up taking a few of them out, I can at least try and resurrect them.
And who would this pact be with? Is it just yourself?
Well, I'd have to ask Ziffy if he wants to be another one of the members of that, but more than likely just myself. At least for the time being, anyway.
Okay. Right. Well, I can't really say no, to be honest, because if I die, then everything is for nothing, so...
Well, it's that or you end up having kids. And I don't think you'd be quite overjoyed at the concept of that.
I'm not sure I'm responsible enough to have kids.
You and the word responsible wouldn't know each other if they met.
Well, I spent the whole day trying to steal from people, so...
Point made. Your father was just the same. Not exactly the responsible man, but here you are.
So that eliminates option B, and that only leaves option A. So how do we do this?
Well, there are a couple of means that this can be done. Be it a similar thing we did with Felicity and Cassandra, where a percentage of blood is transferred, so that you basically have a pact connection with myself, and then possibly the same with Ziffy. I'll have to ask him. Although I'm sure he won't be that bothered by it. He'll probably agree. Or I can basically cut into your a part of your body and stick a blood crystal in there.
What?
That will then eventually break apart.
That sounds extremely painful.
It is. It will also
It
leave
just
you
shatters
with a
inside
scar.
me.
No, it's more of an ice melting type thing. So it would just dissolve after a few weeks.
A few weeks?
Well, yes.
Does it hurt the whole time?
No, just when it is placed in, but it does mean that, how do I describe it? It does mean that you would have a scar in that position for the remainder of your being. So, for example, if you were to, I don't know, have that blood crystal planted in your thigh, you would definitely have a scar there for the remainder of your life. Or, option C, the one that's probably the most terrifying, you get bitten by a lunar lichen.
Okay, blah, 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 blah.
You get bitten by a lunar lichen. At this point, I'd like to just point out that, like, the two of you are just basically sitting in this, like, sauna tub. It's like a jacuzzi, but minus the water jets.
Okay, those are options B and C. What was option A again? Was it blood transfer?
Yes.
What, like with tubes?
No.
Like,
Like a
elaborate?
vampire.
Would I suck your blood? Or you suck my blood?
Other way around.
Okay.
It's strange. The Moon Wolvenite rituals aren't exactly well translated, and the bits we have been able to translate are unusual, to say the least.
Well, as curious as I am to see what it feels like to have a chunk bitten out of me by something the size of a building.
Well, not so much a chunk bitten out of you, just stick one tooth into flesh. It does have a very small chance of inflicting you with lycanthropy, but that can be averted.
That didn't go great for our other guild members, so I'm not sure if I want to deal with that again. I'm not sure they want to deal with that again either. So.
It's not gonna happen. You would have to basically be so hilariously, astronomically unlucky for that to actually happen.
Seems to be a little voice in my head that's currently telling me to go for the latter option.
Well, I'll let you settle on which of those three, but that's the best I've got.
Well, one of them is going to taste a bit weird. It's going to look a bit weird to anyone who sees.
Yes.
One of them sounds excruciatingly painful. One of them sounds excruciatingly painful with the chance that I also become a werewolf.
Well, yes, but also it is curable. We do have the means to do that, and it's unlikely that that'll happen in the first place. Because there's only currently one proper lunar lichen in this building.
Fuck it.
It
wouldn't be a penance scheme if I didn't go for broke. Just do option C.
Okay. I was going
probably
to
looks
try. I was going to try messing with you and say it was Cedric that was the lunar lichen, but
Hell fucking no.
I don't think anybody's crazy enough to deal with that. Okay, well, we'll organize that for this evening.
Sure,
sort it
I'll
out.
make sure to take plenty of painkillers.
You won't need them, trust me. Anyway, so this new guild member,
Yes.
she's an archer.
An archer?
Yes, she's seems like a hunter or a forager of some sort from my home island, Canaria. And she'll be joining your group once we have a couple of rearrangements.
And you said she came from Ziffy's village?
No.
That's
She
what-
came from one of the villages close to Zibby's village.
So she's a polyfox then?
Nope, she is
No?
not. I won't disclose her race to you just yet, but you'll know her when you see her, eventually.
Okay then. Alright, this will be interesting. I look forward to it.
Of course.
That's if we survive. By the way, do you have any plans or strategies we can use against the abomination? Or if he's in the room, which I don't think he is right now.
No, he's not.
He's been watching it for a while, so he must have picked up something about it. He must know. Must have learned a fair bit.
Well, I've got a lot of different plans in mind, but my main one is that I'm going to be trying to draw the attention to myself. So, doing my best to essentially take the hits for everybody else where I can, but it's not gonna be easy.
Can you handle that?
Can I handle that,
I
please?
know you're extremely powerful, but you seem pretty worried about this.
Yes, for good reason. Because the abomination itself, if we're not careful, and it goes berserk, could take out all of you
Mm-hmm.
instantly.
Ah,
I would maybe it'd take a couple of shots to take me out, but this thing is more than capable of taking me down if there's nothing supporting me. So my plan is for your group to take out the abomination and force it into a corner. Yes, force it into a corner where it can't escape, so it has to reveal itself. Or expose itself. Which is when myself, Sarah, and Aurelus will jump straight in and we'll rush it down to ashes.
so we just have to survive that long.
Yes. Should
Okay.
things start going more south, then Sarek and Aurelus will jump in before I will. And should things truly go to their lowest point, then I will jump in before the abominations have the chance to put itself in an awkward position. We'll call it that.
Wait, but if you're there with me, doesn't this necklace not work properly?
Ziffy.
Ah, of course.
It's not only because he's been tracking this thing for months. Well, I say months, weeks. And he's staying here to keep an eye on the guild, but it's also so that that gemstone that I gave you, for should the worst happen and you need to escape, well, I might still be there, but it's not just me that's connected to.
Well, we made it through the maze fight. We can make it through this one.
Of course. Now then, enough talking about work. I'm just gonna relax for a bit. Because, this water is lovely.
No, right?
Meanwhile,
Could just fall asleep.
don't fall asleep. And Lucas nudges you with his foot.
Yeah, huh?
Anyway, back in the guild room. Kay is currently causing problems. No, she's not causing problems.
What? Kay causing problems?
Play. Cause more problems, please.
Kay has Nolan, Yuzok, Xanis, Alice, and Alec in like a little semicircle. So,
Yay!
my genius solution to dealing with this abomination: if we hit it till it dies. And that sounds really stupid, but from the little bit of research I've done, if we can destabilize it, then we can take it down, well, really fucking quickly. The only problem is, and Kay looks over to Nolan, you're gonna get hit a lot. Either that.
What, just Norland?
Well, see, my plan is that I know Penton picked up a spell that allows him to, forcefully redirect enemies. So if Norland's the one that can take all the hits for us, until we can, well, basically pin the abomination in. Out of all of us, he's the most capable of essentially being a lightning rod.
Okay.
Because, well, me and Alec are not exactly built for being upfront and personal with this
We're
thing.
not built.
Hey!
We're not built.
I'm built in the brain, not in the body. Okay. No, you're
Well,
right.
I think if the abomination hit you in the brain, I think you'd still go down.
Yeah,
So-
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Anyway, I've spent a little bit of time planning, but I think we should go and... She takes a moment. I think our best bet is probably going to be to, pair up. Because if we can pair up with each other, and, well, we've got the Guildmaster coming to help us, so if we group up, we could probably take it down relatively fast. This seems like a thing of we can't outlast it, so we've got to basically outpace it. She frowns a little bit as she doesn't sound entirely confident on her wording. Like the soul and meaning is there, but her wording is just failing.
I can pace the fuck out of it. If it comes to it, I can throw some greater quickens out there, and you can all get extra hits in.
Kay looks over to Alice. So if Alec is capable of speeding you up so you can hit the thing more, I think I might be able to strengthen you so you can your attacks will have more impact. What do you think?
Okay.
She takes a moment, and then it seems like something kind of clicks. And she has like a sharp inhale. Wait. Yuzok. Yeah, what? You and Sarek have been in the Feywild before, right? You know each other. Yeah, why? Well, genius solution! If you can use your geomancy skills together, then we could probably just pin this thing in. We could bind it with plants. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works, Kay. And enter stage right, Sarek, who enters the room. Well, good evening. I should now formally introduce myself, since we're not in a meeting. Sarek. And your names are? And Sarek is looking directly at Alec and Alice.
I'm Alan!
Hi, I'm Alec.
And he does a little bow. Pleasure to meet you both. So, from what I was told, you're planning on, you're making some plans to take this thing down, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. That is our plan.
Well, perhaps I can offer a seemingly quite silly, but almost perfect suggestion. You see, one of the spells I've got allows me to make somebody large. Although the correct description would be huge.
Ooh.
Tell me, have you ever
I want to
heard...
be massive.
Well, why don't we go outside so you don't break a hole in the ceiling, and I can show off.
Oh, let's go. Let's do it.
Are we all going, or
Do you want to go with?
I want to see? Yeah.
Okay, so so you end up...
Sorry, realised I didn't fucking press enter on the message I was about to fucking send. Just
Rip. Okay, so you
I
end
was like,
up...
yeah, not enter.
Making little rat noises.
Oh, it's a fucking movie.
Milo chewing on the cables.
Milo chewing on Milo. Okay, two cards. So you end up encountering Milo, who looks a little bit worn out, but has just finished his day of basically trying to comprehend Primordial, which is it's turning out to be a lot more complicated than you initially thought.
Yeah.
And Xanis looks over to Milo. You coming with? Sarek's gonna show us some of his spells. He's gonna make Alice huge.
That sounds both intimidating and incredibly interesting.
I'm
and I
gonna
want to see
be
it.
you.
Well, come on then. Let's go. And I'm assuming you're tagging along? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
So, this will be really funny. So you get outside, and sorry, I'm trying not to giggle at the mental image of what's about to happen. So you get outside, and Sarek takes a few steps, takes a few steps away, and point. All right, you, Alice. Just go and stand over there for a second. And I'm assuming Alice, you go and get into place.
Oh, hell yeah.
So Sarek takes a few steps back, and you're like, for context, you're around the back of the guild. It's like they basically got like a huge garden area.
Uh-huh.
And you're out there in the fields, and sorry, it's gonna be really funny. Sarek casts Legendary Proportions on Alice.
Is that the same one that like Arolus put on the apple?
Yes.
Or is that
Yes,
a different
it
one?
is.
It's the same one.
So Alice, you get to enjoy for a moment as you not only, well, become huge, like literally. If you've somebody just screenshot the token so Alice can see.
Okay.
Let's
I'm
go.
not on the.
Holy
Where is-
shit, you're 3x3.
So
Oh my
Alice,
god.
you get like you're like, oh, this feels fine. This feels fine. And then after Legendary Proportions finishes, you look down at the rest of the group, and they look really small. They're Diddy.
Squishable, mate. What? No, no.
No, don't give her ideas.
Guys, let's all pretend to run away from Alice and she just stomps around. Let's do that.
Guys, I literally could take one step and I'd like beat you at your running speed.
I mean, she's not wrong. For
Oh my
context,
god, guys, look how big my hands are!
I'm just going to give you a view of current-sized Alice versus how large K is.
Does this bathhouse have a window? Can I see what's happening outside?
No, you cannot.
Just a giant fucking owl suddenly appearing.
So this is I've just taken a little screenshot for you.
Oh my god, I'm huge!
You are literally huge.
You
Oh
are
my god,
currently
guys, I
17
literally
feet.
can't even, like, reach Kate. I have to bend down to touch Kate's head.
You probably have to squat. So, yeah. If need be, you could always, upscale, big and strong over there, and then, problem solved. If we need to
I could literally just, like, kick you all into the next dimension.
Do not do that.
I'm coming for you, Milo!
No!
I'm coming for you. I'm gonna kick you into the next dimension,
Gonna freaking eat your ankles.
And as
and I'll just kick you.
And as Alice, I'm assuming you're starting to move over to try and see if you can punt Milo into the next existence.
Yes.
And this is when Yuzok and Xanis twin cast Greater Dispel and remove legendary
Oh,
proportions.
can I try and dispel their dispel?
You can certainly try.
Okay. What do I roll? I add my
It's-
casting level?
Yeah, it's your caster level, so plus 20. I now need to
30.
do maths. I now need to do maths. Hold on. Numbers, numbers, numbers. Me looking at numbers. Yuzok's caster level is that. So. Oh my goodness.
Do they combine their scores?
Yes, that is how
Oh
twin casting
fuck.
works.
Oh,
Yes.
never mind.
Unfortunately, you did not beat the 76 they rolled.
Yeah, no, I don't think I was gonna. Never mind.
So Alice, you try, but unfortunately fail against their combined power. And Alice, you are as you approach Milo, you slowly return to your normal size, as legendary proportions is removed. Well, that's a good one to make note of. If we ever, Xanis turns his head to Yuzok. I mean, if we ever need to throw me at something, I don't know. If we need to throw me, legendary, we can get Sarak to make you huge, and then you can just catapult me into next century. If we need to, get up a giant wall. Sure. Seems a bit weird, but why not?
Or I could just, like, become huge and then, like, kick Mado. Not Mado.
What? Wait, what? Where did that come from?
Where is he? I think your brain went to Mace, didn't it? And...
My brain was like Mace, and then what came out was Mado.
Oh no!
No, don't kick Mado!
I know we have pensions, but my brain was like, yeah, no, I know how to resolve them.
Just step
Jesus
on them.
Christ.
Just to whack him.
Bonk. Anyway, it is the end of session time, so we'll have to conclude at that. I know, it went the last, hour and a half went really fucking quick.
Damn, I've only been awake for an hour and a half. This fucking sucks.
I feel that. So, I'm gonna we'll be wrapping up session there, and next session we'll be back for will be the party heading off to start the Tuck Abomination fight. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
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 Bye.